What's up, guys? Dylan here, bringing you a new sort of thing. I haven't done a team talk in a long time, mostly because I switched to live narrations, which I could, talk about the teams as I was playing, and, it didn't really feel necessary. So, this is going to kind of be like a spiritual successor to the team talks, and this is going to be a really long video and really boring if you don't like Pokemon and if you're not interested in team building or the process that I put into team building. So if those things don't interest you, skip over this. Don't worry about it. But if you do want to know what I think about when I'm building my teams, then stay tuned because I'm going to be building a monotype team during this video, and you can see the process that I use, and I'm just gonna talk out loud the things that I usually think in my head. But I have the room to myself tonight and figured why not just do a huge video. So, I have not yet decided the type that I'm even doing yet. I'm either going to do fire or psychic. I will decide soon. So slash tier BW tiers, and I will start here on the Smogon page. This is where I always start when I'm building teams, because I use the team or the tiers that they use. I play on their server, blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm going to look in UU and try to figure out, I know what the main threats are, and I'm just gonna try to figure out what, whether I want to do psychic or fire. And I'm gonna look through here. This is how I usually do it. I look through. I pick a Pokemon that I like and haven't used much or haven't used in a long time, and then do that type. And I just build off there. And sometimes that Pokemon doesn't even end up in it. And I'm looking at Victini right now, who I haven't used in a long time, but that's indecisive because it's both Psychic and Fire. So I may or may not do have Victini in regardless. I have not used an Arcanine in quite a long time, and I really enjoy Arcanine. Who else do we have here? I haven't used Bronzong much, but I don't really care to. It's not my favorite Pokemon. Alright, fire it is. Just that fast. Okay, so from here, I just go to the fire page and sort by tier if it goes, and I end up with a million tabs open up here, as you'll see soon. And this is running really slow right now. It's kind of sad. So yeah, I sort by tiers, and I simply open up everything so that I can look at everything. I already have Victini up, Typhlosion, Moltres, Entei, OUs I'm not using, but at the very beginning everything is an option because when you look through you don't really know, like there's a lot of Pokemon that I left clicked. There's a lot of Pokemon that I've never really used, so I don't, or even really looked at extensively, so I don't really know what they do. Who was the last one I was at? Charizard. So it's really nice to look through everything and just see it all. There is a lot that I have looked at, and when I just go through here, I'll be like, no, no. All of these Pokemon are options right now. Simisear's not an option. Lampent not in UU. Combuskin maybe. Emboar, Charizard, Torkoal is probably a high option because fire type needs spin support, and Torkoal, as far as I know, is the only rapid spinner that is also fire type. Not Monferno. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of Monferno and Combuskin. I'm not gonna end up using either of them. Flareon, Heatmore. Alright, so now that I have my basic options up here, I will pull up the team builder page, and this was me messing around with a gully looking at its move pool because I was talking to somebody about them. Anyway, so new team, and as I said, Torkoal is almost a definite. I have one in my box from my NU. team, and I just have to find it in here somewhere. Maybe I neglected to put it in my box. Yup. I think I neglected. So, oh, nope, there it is. And withdraw. Alright. And I will probably end up using that same Torkoal that I used in NU. I may mess around with the EVs after some testing, we'll see. But, this is just building version 1. And, we'll see how it fares in UU with this current spread. I don't know if its moderate special defense is enough to take hits in UU like it could in NU, but we'll see. Anyway, Victini is obviously a top-tier choice for a mono fire team. But let's look through here. The threats that you have to worry about with fire is water, obviously, and ground and rock. So, who do I have here that can counter those? And Rotom is one of the top choices because of its electric typing. It gets stab super effective against against water types, and Swampert is going to be a huge deal for this team, which means Shandy is going to go up there because it gets access to Energy Ball, and not many people do, and that Energy Ball will be a huge help against Emboar's a lot less bulky than I thought it was. Anyway, it'll be a huge help against Swampert and, Quagsire, the occasional others. But, water ground types. So, what else do I have that resists... What do I need now? Rock? I'm not even really sure. Let's go into rock. Does... Rock is resisted by fighting, ground, and steel. So, fighting, fire, ground, fire, steel. Will hit neutral. So, let's go through here. What do we got? We got Emboar. And this actually makes me want to reopen the... We got Camerupt, the NFE pokes as options. Because I may end up needing one of them because they are firefighting. What else do we got? Charizard, obviously not resistant to rocks. I'm not saying that he's not going to be on this team because I don't know yet. So, yeah, I will actually reopen Combuskin and Monferno for examination. Where did Combuskin go? Right there. Bam. So, and Emboar, who I threw over here. So now I'm going to look at these three pokes until I decide on one of them. Where did I put it? Oh, no. Okay, all the way over there. These three pokes until I decide on one of them to be my firefighting type. So, what will I need to do with a firefighting type? Do I want it to be a more bulky or more offensively oriented? I'm thinking more bulky because if it wants to take rock type hits neutrally and that's its purpose, then it's going to have at least moderate bulk. So that makes me think that Combuskin is the better option, especially with speed boost, which mediates its low, only 55 base speed. That's not good, but it gets speed boost, so that's okay. 60s in defenses is not great until you consider the Eviolite boost, which will make it 90s, which is better than Monferno, which only has 52 for defenses. Then again, we have Emboar, who has 65, which is also not great, but a huge 110 HP stat, which is nice. So let's look at some move sets that are suggested here and see if any of those fit the purpose that I'm going to want. These are all offensively oriented. Embor sets, so let's check out Combuskin. Offensive, and I mean, like, these are typically offensive Pokemon, so that makes sense, which means that I'm probably going to end up having to do a custom set, which I'm okay with. I also, Flareon is an option for wish support with these guys because I will probably end up needing it. So let's go back to here and look at Embor and Combuskin. Monferno's kind of out of the picture at this point. It's just the worst of the three options. Combuskin. Alright, so Embor has that huge HP, 100 more hit points than Combuskin. Also, I could give it leftovers instead of the Eviolite, which could help with its bulk. Alright, so let's look down here. We have Will-O-Wisp as an option, which helps with physical attackers. Rest, Protect. No Morning Sun, which is a tragedy. Or whatever it is. And alright, so for Combuskin, we have Will-O-Wisp again. Rest, Protect. And it seems like that's going to be it again. Bulk Up, actually. Did Embor get Bulk Up? Oh, Embor also has Bulk Up and Curse, but why would you use Curse when you have Bulk Up? Curse makes you slow. And Bulk Up does the same thing without making you slow. So, then, there is a notable lack of recovery for both of them. As you can see, Rest is both of their only option. Protect could be used in conjunction with leftovers to help Embor get a little bit back, but if I end up using Flareon, then it will matter a bit less. How big of wishes does Flareon pass? 150, have 34s, 15, 17, right? 16, 17, yeah. So 167, which is not all that big for either of them, which is a tragedy, but also my only option for wish support, and I'm not even sure that, that'll happen. So, between these two, who do I go with? I'm leaning towards Combuskin, because it has the higher defenses with the Eviolite, and also the speed boost is a nice addition. And so, yes, I will go with Combuskin. And I will give it an Eviolite, and I will give it full HP, and half of each, a careful nature, and then I will equal out its special and physical defenses. OCD makes me want them to be even. Anyway, so yeah, and Combuskin will want what moves? Can Flareon work all the way as a cleric, actually? Let's see if there is a wish. Does Flareon get anything that gets rid of friendly Heal Bell? Yes, it does. Heal Bell and Wish. Flareon can be a full-blown cleric. Heal Bell, Wish, which is, pretty much going to be her only option because Flareon gets no moves. Yeah. Not even... Oh my god. This is pitiful. Like, no physical stab moves other than Fire Fang. Like, nothing usable. That is so sad. Why? Why do you hate Flareon so much? Anyway, yeah, so we'll give Flareon full HP and full special defense because that will be what she wants, and yeah, she'll be a fully specially bulky Flareon. Oh, I accidentally put some into speed. I was like, what? Why are you not listening? Alright. And that extra one into attack. And so we have Heal Bell and Wish. And do you get Protect? Yes. And one attacking move. You know what? I think I'm just gonna go with a special attack. I know it's probably foolish, actually. Do I go with a special attack? I could go with a Last Resort is an interesting option because it'll be very easy to use all of the other moves, but it's also very risky. Very risque, because if I don't have to use Heal Bell, then I do have to use Heal Bell, and that's just unfortunate. But I could just go with something more along the lines of Return. This is such a pitiful move pool. It's so sad. I'm so sad for you, Flareon. This is a tragedy. You will also get leftovers. Bam. Alright. Yeah, alright. Heal Bell, Wish, Protect, and I could just go with Toxic, but that leaves me as Taunt Bait. Dude. The lack of any other really useful move makes me kind of just want that Quick Attack. Quick Attack is one of the more useful moves. Oh my. Alright, I'll leave it blank for now and come back to it later when I figure out what I want to do. Excuse me for a second. Grab this. And figure out what I want it to do depends on how the rest of this team develops. So, alright, what do we got going on now? Flareon has a place on the team, along with Torkoal and Combuskin. So, who do I not need to look at any longer? I no longer need to look at Emboar or Monferno. Emboar could potentially be a physical attacker, but there's so many better options with Victini and Arcanine kicking around, and it just doesn't seem to make sense to me. So now, what were the other threats that I was thinking about here? Ground type. So I would like somebody with Levitate and Water, which, yeah, alright, so where is Rotom? You just earned yourself a spot because you checked both Ground and Water with your Electric typing. Rotom H on the team. Gotta lower my DPI. Not that low. Rotom. Alternate forms H. Bam! Rotom H on the team. And let's look at the base sets. Choice, Spec Scarf, Bulky Attacker. Other options. I'm thinking more of the Bulky Attacker set. All-out offense is usually not something that you want with a monotype team. You don't want the full offensive deal. So I think I'm going to just use this Bulky Attacker set. 120 HP and 252 spec, and the rest in speed, and a modest nature, and lefties. And what else? Overheat, T-bolt, willow, pain split. Overheat, T-bolt. You can't actually type in T-bolt. It doesn't know what you're talking about. Willow and pain split. Now let's see if there's anything up here to replace willow. Just because my Torkoal already has will-o-wisp, so I don't need it necessarily. I could go with protect, which could help. Rack up leftovers recovery, also to scout choice users. I could go with Rain Dance just to make it harder on myself. I could go with Sunny Day. Actually, would be a nice supporting option for a fire team. Obviously, actually, I could go with Sunny Day on Flareon Focus Dylan. Could go with T-Wave. I don't have anything with T-Wave, or Toxic, both of which are nice things to have. T-Wave is nicer. Toxic will help me with those watered grounds if I lose Chandelure, which doesn't actually have a spot yet, but I'm assuming will, because I don't think anything else even learns grass-type attacks. So yeah, let's go with... Let's go with what? Okay. You guys are going to call me dumb, and I know this. But I'm going to go with Trick and give it choice specs, keeping the same EV spread as the bulky, and then I can hit hard if I have to, and I can also trick off the specs on a wall and give myself leftovers anyway. And if this doesn't work for me, I can just switch. You know, that's the fun of this, is that we can experiment with things. And yeah, let's look at so Rotom up here on the team. We got Rotom, we got Flareon, we got Combuskin, we got Torkoal. This gives us 2 spots left. A physical attacker, like a solid physical attacker, and a solid special attacker. Chandelure is going to be the spec attacker. Chandelure, and you know, let's look through the sets here, see which of these tickles my fancy. Whether I want to be choice or setup is pretty much my options. No matter what, Energy Ball will be on it. I'm thinking Subcom Mind, because actually let's look at Swampert and see how much speed Swampert has, because I don't know its base speed off the top of my head. Only 60, so I don't need even a positive nature. I just need full speed Tao speed Swampert. And what are the other water ground types? Quagsire, who I believe is even slower. Yep, and Wishcash. How do you even say that? Wishcash. Wishcash. There we go. Close enough. Wizcash. Also slow. And I think I've seen a Wizcash in UU maybe once, but you know, it's worth it just to check. And let's see if there's any others that I missed. Wooper, Seismitoad. Gastro is OU. Ground / water. Nope. Seismitoad also slow, 74. So a positive-natured Seismitoad, I believe, would outspeed a neutral-natured Chandelure. Seismitoad. 247, yeah. So positive-nature Seismitoad would be an issue, but if I see one, I would be surprised. I don't think I've ever seen a Seismitoad in UU at all, ever. So I should be okay. Yeah, it's not an incredibly threatening Pokemon, but it's the only water ground that can outspeed my Chandelure, a neutral-natured Chandelure, so I have to be careful with that. And I'm going to go ahead go with a sub, Calm Mind set. Calm Mind, sub, Calm Mind with Energy Ball, and do I want to go with just Flamethrower? I know that he has a lot of other options, but Flamethrower is the most reliable, without having to worry about missing or, drops or anything like that. The 85 is reliable enough on Fire Blast. Doesn't have much in terms of PP though, so I think I'm just gonna go with Flamethrower. And if I find myself needing more power, I will go ahead and switch that out for another move. Let's go to damage calcs and make sure that I can KO without a problem. I can't see it being a problem. Damage calcs. Bam, there it is. Silverlight damage calc test page. My attacker is Chandelure. Chandelure with a Calm Mind using lol. Edit using Energy Ball. Energy Ball, okay. Against a Swampert, it shouldn't be a problem, but I just want to make sure that I don't need an expert belt to always one-hit KO. Stealth Rock is the usual one. Let's calculate. That is a 100% OHKO, but if for some ungodly reason it is a special Swampert, which I don't think I've ever seen, it will be a 2-hit KO if I don't get any Calm Mind boosts up. It does have enough special defense to theoretically be a special defensive Pokemon. 16 defense EVs is or special defense EVs is the standard tank set here. 240 HP, 60. Oh, that's regular defense, not special. Yeah, okay. So theoretically, if somebody's running a special Swampert, it will be a 2-hit. If I don't have any boosts, if I have one Calm Mind up, it will always be a 1-hit. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that that'll be fine. If I run into a specially defensive Swampert, then woe is me, I guess. Because I won't be able to do anything. So, alright, so that is going to be my special attacker. Now I need a solid physical attacker, and Victini is at the top of my list along with Arcanine. Chandelure, you have a place. So, Victini and Arcanine are my options. I could run a bulky attacking Arcanine, the Moonlight set. Is that down here? Yeah, or Morning Sun, Moonlight. Like they're not the same move. Yeah, so the physically defensive set is an option. Except I want to physical attack it. I already have enough defense. I need to balance this out. Make it an offensive Pokemon. I really like... I have my Howling Arcanine in the box. And a Darmanitan is also an option. How did I forget about Darmanitan? Let me look through here, see if there's anything else that I completely missed. Camera up too slow. Houndoom running a mix set could definitely bring some surprises. Or a full physical set. Houndoom not running a mix set could bring some surprises. And it's fast enough, just as fast as these other ones, that is also an option. The little bit lower attack is worth people not knowing what's coming. The surprise factor is a hugely overlooked factor of competitive battling, and it's not always just, oh, you're being hipster. Like, it's honestly something that helps a lot, and it just gets overlooked. So, here are my options: Rapidash, Entei, Houndoom, Arcanine, Victini, and Darmanitan. Enough to make a whole team out of just fire-type physical attackers. So, we have 105 Rapidash topping out as the fastest of them, with 100 attack, which is also among the top with Victini and just under Entei. So, let's look through. Why is Rapidash NU? Let's figure this out. Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, Morning Sun. It seems to, with Flash Fire, it seems to have everything the Arcanine has going for it. Minus close combat and extreme speed, right? But it's fast enough that it outspeeds a lot of UU. If we go through the speed here, 105 was it? 105. So we have these pokes to worry about, and anything above 105 with this. 105 max is. Let me check here. Rapidash max is 309. Because I would be running. So that includes anything down to 95 with a positive nature. I could just run positive speed nature instead of positive attack. Scarfs I have to worry about. Common Scarfers, including Darmanitan, who has the Earthquake, Crocodile with Earthquake and Stone Edge, Rotom, not as much, Kingdra, everything about Kingdra. Ooh, Kingdra's gonna be a problem that I didn't think about yet, and I don't have any Dragon-type moves, which is the only special, they're a super effective type, but I do have that Energy Ball on that Shandy. Could be enough. Chandelure against... go away. Kingdra. Let's look through here. Kingdra's base sets. Do you have move sets in here? Let's say it is. Which of these is the most dangerous to me? Chesto Rest, probably. Yeah. Let's say that it's a Chesto Rest. Do they usually run Adamant Nature on that? Yes, that's the base one. Those aren't the same EVs at all. We got 168 HP for Spec D. 168 HP attack. Defense, special attack with 4 Spec D. You still using Energy Ball? No, you're not still using Energy Ball? Energy Ball, okay. Calculate 3-hit KO. Oh, that is painful, because that will sweep through my team. Still a 2-hit, much more manageable 2-hit. Excuse me. What am I gonna do about Kingdras? Let's go back to leftovers. Calculate. So that'll be, it'll get it to around half. How much will a T-bolt from Rotom do? Full spec attack, modest nature. Rotom. We'll say without anything. Rotom H. There we go. The move being Thunderbolt with full spec attack and a modest nature. Modest is right? Yeah, alright. Calculate. Same thing, 2 to 3 hit KO. So if I see a Kingdra, I'm going to have to be very careful around it. I will have to hit it with both an energy ball and choice specs, preferably choice spec T-bolt from Rotom. Kingdra will be a huge problem. What if I throw in Arcanine, or yeah, just alright. So yeah, let's compare Arcanine and Rapidash. Arcanine has the higher attack, obviously, but I would have to run. Would I be running an Adamant Nature? Probably. Let's try Rapidash, because I'm leaning towards Rapidash, mostly because I haven't used it yet. Item would be leftovers, just because I don't want to assume. Probably gonna end up being expert belted. You'll be an... No, not an Adamant Nature. A timid, is it? I don't know. Jolly nature. I don't know my natures. Jolly. With full physical attack. And what is my Kingdra's? No physical defense EVs. Oh, I didn't pick a move. 4. Oh, wow. That is less than good. Let's switch this out for Arcanine. Arcanine with an Adamant Nature. It's the same move. Wild Charge. 4 to 5. Let's go Rapidash with an Adamant Nature. Same move. God damn it. 4 to 5. Alright, so that's not mattering much either way. What if... This is quite unfortunate. I didn't think of Kingdra. Yeah, so it'll definitely be up to both Chandelure and Rotom to KO a Kingdra, which can be a huge problem for me. What about Victini? What does it get? Fusion Bolt. How much is that gonna do? Victini Fusion Bolt. Four to 5. What if I give it a band? Three. This is tears. And it's the best of them. Because of that Fusion Bolt. lordy, lordy. Hmm. Do I really... What do I want to do with this? Victini is the best option for Kindred, but do I really need... With the other two able to handle it between the two of them, do I need to? If I can get up a sub and some calm minds, then it shouldn't matter too much. I'm gonna go with Rapidash for now. You know, testing shit, and we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Oh, look at that shiny! That is beautiful, like ghost wisps. That is sweet. Alright, so you will have Wild Charge, and what in the world? What order is this in? Category in the end. Wild Charge and Flare Blitz and what else? Low Kick, maybe. Just out of lack of other. Wild Charge, Flare Blitz. I'm thinking Low Kick. Do I really need it though? That's the question. Mega Horn could be nice. Definitely more powerful than Low Kick. Yeah, let's do that. And then Morning Sun to regain health if you have the opportunity. And we will give you an Expert Belt because I don't want to choice you. And that's about it. Entei. Wait, why? It said where... It doesn't have the Wild Charge, that's why. Or the Morning Sun, for that matter. Alright, let's go to the box. I have to decide on the last move for Flareon here. I ended up without anybody having Toxic, so what did I give? And I haven't picked any moves for Combuskin yet. Alright, so we'll go back here, and I think that I'll give you Toxic, and we'll go to Combuskin. You are obviously going to want Protect for those speed boosts. Why is it in such a weird order? Sky Uppercut for stab, Flare Blitz for other stab, unless you have something close. And I don't see anything close. Fire Punch, woo. And we'll go back up top and see what you got up top. Quick Attack. Low Toxic yourself, Sword Stance, which could definitely be nice in conjunction with Speed Boost. Bulk Up is a much better option for the defensive side, so yeah, let's go with Bulk Up. And let's see, is that everything on everybody? Everybody has a nature and EVs and moves, and alright, let's box the pokes that are new, which is pretty much all of them. You're not. You can get stored. I like to store them all just so that I have access to them whenever. If I'm ever like, you know, I really liked that Rapidash that I made for that Mono Fire team. Let's try it out on this team. Alright, so let's save this as UU Mono Type Fire 001. Mono Type Fire 001. And alright, that is it. That is what I have for this team. Um, I will commence testing now. Yeah, let's just go ahead and roll with this. Let's go back on Smogan and do a couple test battles. You know, I don't know exactly how well this is going. Moving me to Dreamworld OU, that is almost never good. What do I have with a Dreamworld ability that can't yet have it? You can... Oh, Shell Armor on Torkoal. Okay. Yeah. And close and load and that one. And why? What makes me Dreamworld OU? Tears 5th Gen U. 5th Gen UU, tell me what is wrong. Nothing, apparently. I don't know. Because I am in 5th Gen UU, right? Yeah. No, no. I don't, no. Yes. Combuskin has to be male and have no egg moves. Okay. That's fine. I can make it male. I don't care at all. Male. Control save. Yes. And I think also Torkoal. Let me double check Torkoal's page here. Shell Armor. Oh, Shell Armor is out. Cool. And close and Rapidash got the last spot on the team. And I will move this here because I may end up making changes. And minimize and back here. Load. 5th Gen UU. Sweet. Fine battle. Alright, here we go. We got an Escavalier, Houndoom, which could be a huge issue due to Flash Fire. Flygon, possible lead, along with Roselia, along with this Cavalier if he wants to try to bait a fire move to boost his Houndoom. I'm gonna go ahead and lead with Torkoal, because he doesn't have a... Oh, Empoleon's a rocker. I'm a punk rocker, yes I am, and he leads with Roselia, and I can't think that he is not... Oh, come on. What? I can't think that he's not going to just go into, Houndoom on me, so I'm very reluctant to Fire Blast. And, you know what, I'm just gonna spin these away. And I really don't want to Fire Blast again. Yeah, I'll go on into Rotom. And he does spike up. So it has leftovers, not Black Sludge, which is kind of foolish for Roserade because I can do something along the lines of tricking him choice specs. Oh god, it's fun. Have you ever used a monotype team? It is a blast. I'm gonna go for a T-Bolt. He switches out into Flygon, possibly predicting that. He's probably going to go for a U-turn or an Outrage. I'm going to go for the Overheat. Get some damage on it. I found it funny. I don't care about my ranking. And he does finally go into the Houndoom, which I figured was coming eventually. I will go into Rapidash, who also has the Flash Fire. He goes for the Pursuit, dealing heavy damage. Ladder is most fun instead of trying to find battles by challenging everybody. I'm sorry for you that you care so much about your ranking WE3 that you can't even that you think that it's sad that I'm not caring about my ranking. I'm sorry. This is a fun game, and that's what it's supposed to be. And so, what are we gonna do? Go for a bulk up here, out of lack of anything better to do, and protect off here as he goes for the toxic. I'm just going to drill him with a sky uppercut, as he toxics me again, and a flare blitz should take him down. And we'll see what he goes into here. Into Houndoom. Sky uppercut should do some damage if he doesn't have the sucker punch, which he does, which is kind of the obvious move there. I can't really go into Shandy on this because, well, obviously it's got super effective moves against me. I was gonna think, oh, set up because he's gonna keep trying to sucker punch. I'll go into Flareon and drop a toxic on it. Oh god, I'm using Flareon. He's kinda right. Drop a toxic on it, as long as he doesn't go into Roserade. But how could he possibly predict anything that I'm about to do using a Flareon? And protect off. And do what? Go back into Torkoal, I guess. Out of lack of anything better to do, because I don't really want to lose Flareon yet, because I want to have that wish support, and he finally goes down to the Life Orb and is toxic and all of that crap, and we'll see what he brings in. I don't understand. Goes into Flygon, who's most likely going to U-turn on out if he doesn't go for the EQ. If he goes for the EQ, I'm going to want to go into something like Rotom to take it. And he does go for the EQ. So here I'm going to Pain Split, bring myself back up to speed in terms of health. And we'll see what he does. Whether he stays or switches, Pain Split will be a good option. You know, if he's not choiced, then we'll see what he does. But he is apparently. I will go for an Overheat here, take down Roserade, drop my special attack 2, which is a tragedy. I should probably switch that Overheat out for something else. I think that Overheat's kind of one of the only options, though. Ending comes Empoleon, which could be a problem. I'm going to want to free switch back into Rotom with full special attack, so I will sack Rapidash, go back into Rotom, and try to drill him with a T-Bolt. But he's going to know that and go into his Flygon. So I'm going to Pain Split. No, he doesn't. He does not go into his Flygon. And he gets the crit, which probably mattered. I'm assuming it mattered, because I would be sad if it didn't. So I'll go into Shandy and go for an Energy Ball, because that's, all that I can do. And this is pretty much game over. Flareon also going to go down. GG. Nice non-switch. Never mind, jerk. I don't like that guy. He's a jerk. So let's find another battle. I didn't even know who he was. And yeah, this is testing. So who's he going to lead with? Possibly with Zoroark there, and you turn out into Xatu. That is a very common thing to happen. Or Zapdos or Darmanitan, all of these can U-turn out into Xatu. You know what? Yeah, let's what? what am I gonna get? Like, I'm gonna want to do something to the Zatu. Let's go with the Rapidash. And he goes with Melodic instead, which was, kind of an aggressive move. Let's go with a Wild Charge. Does about half hits me with recoil, and he takes me down with a Scald, because I have no bulk at all. And we'll go into Chandelure, who should be able to do considerable amount of damage with an Energy Ball. And he sees this coming, switches out into Darmanitan, who has the Stone Edge or Rock Slide if he's a Scourge of missing. And he goes into Melodic, and I'm going to protect off, mostly to see what he wants to do. He goes for the Recover. Probably should have seen coming. I'm used to Sleep Talk Melodics, though, because that's what I always run. And we'll go where... We'll just protect again. He goes for the Dragon Tail, so let's just go for a Sky Uppercut. Cross our fingers that he does the same one more time. I miss the Sky Uppercut. He hits me with a Scald, and all of these are bad things. And I get a crit on the next Sky Uppercut, so it's as if I hit him twice. And we'll go into Rotom now. Does he have any ground types? I don't remember. No, so let's go for T-Bolt, because it'll at least hit something pretty hard with those specs. Into Roserade, who can take it the best. I'll go into Torkoal here, who can spin away these spikes. And he goes back into Melodic. I'm just going to set up rocks, as he drops a Toxic on me. I'll go for a Willow just to get some residual, without having to worry about Flareon, and go back into Rotom as he goes for a Recover. And I'm gonna go for an Overheat, predicting him to go back into Roserade, and he does, so that works out quite well because I take him down. I am negative on the special attack at this point, which is a tragedy. I don't want to risk going for another Overheat. I will sack Torkoal, as he goes for the T-Bolt, and I will go into Whom now. Back into Rotom seems to be my best option right now. I could go into Shandy and see how subs are feeling against this thing, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, let's do that. And I'll throw up a sub. And T-Bolt breaks it in one hit like it's nothing. I'm going to Flareon, who's pretty specially defensive, but can't take less than half from a from a crit. And I'll wish up here and go for the Protect. Obvious Protect is obvious, but what can you do? I'm gonna probably end up Toxic stalling with this thing a bit, and he goes into Zatu, so he probably predicted the Toxic, and I will go into Chandelure, because Zatu's not too terribly scary offensively until it hits me really hard with a Psysock. Holy shit. It hits my physical defense, which is nothing to be jealous of. Neither is special, actually. I guess that, maybe this is like a spec Zatu. Lol. I could see it as conceivable. And he goes into Darmanitan, who's going to go down to the Flamethrower, because Darmanitan is paper thin. And he goes back into Zatu, go for another Flamethrower. He outspeeds me and drills me with a Dark Pulse, though. I'm going to Rotom and go for the T-Bolt. Oh, it is a Life Orb Zatu. Okay. Derp, that's why it's losing health. And he goes for the Dark Pulse. I take it down with the T-Bolt. I need to get rid of these specs soon if I want to win with this Rotom. He goes into Zapdos. That was actually Zoroark, which makes a lot of sense. I don't know why I actually thought that it was Zatu. I guess that I kind of forgot about the fact that he had Zoroark. So yeah, what do I do now? I don't think that I can outspeed a Zapdos, and I think that he will KO with one hit. I'll go back into Flareon. Hopefully I can pass it a Wish. And he does go for the Roost. I will try to drop a Toxic. But he goes into Melodic. I'll go for a Wish. Cross my fingers that I can survive. And he Toxics me, actually. So, I will heal Bell this turn, thinking that he might predict something else. Or, me to protect and try to do something crazy. I'll Wish up here again. We'll see if he re-Toxics or what, but I want to pass that Wish back to Rotom, hopefully safely. So I Wish, and I'll go back into Rotom. We'll see what he does. He goes for the Skull, takes me right down. I am screwed. GG. I'm just going to Toxic out to end it. Because there's no sense in even trying, and I don't like to forfeit, because I don't like to. What are you doing? Just scald me. I'm not doing anything but hitting Toxic. Alright, whatever. Close. Control team. So, Rapidash is kind of disappointing. Let's go ahead and try out Victini, because it can hopefully do a little bit more, a lot of it more, for me. Rapidash is way too thin to make use of the morning sun, and, thin being, defensively thin. I'm sure that you knew what I meant. And Victini. And I will go with the basic choice band set with an adamant nature, because, oh my god, a V-Create from an adamant natured choice band Victini is nothing to scoff at, to say the least. It can do some huge amounts of damage. Yeah. And where is Fusion Bolt? My electric move, power category, align these. V-Rate is ridiculous. Seriously, 180. Oh my god. What do I want to finish off with? U-turn, obviously, and Zen Headbutt, I guess. Kinda mostly filler, excuse me. Yawn. Victini gets taunt? Can be interesting. Another one of those things that could bring some surprises. On a more balanced team, maybe, not so much this one, but that could be, taunting Victini as a surprise. Anyway, save it up. This is version 2. And close, and back here, and load. Monotype Fire 02. Okay. And find a battle. That's uncalled for. And, alright, yeah. We'll do one more battle, and then, pretty much call it quits on this video. It's been going for quite a while now. I don't even really remember what time I started. But, yeah, this is the basic, thing. So I'm just gonna narrate this battle, and, try to do an outro, I guess. I don't know. I don't actually have an outro except that last, sentence. Maybe I should just have, a list. Oh! Battle started. Alright, Claydol is a possible lead. Whimsicott is friggin' annoying. Umbreon. He could end up just leading with Rhyperior when he sees that my team is mono fire. In which case, I see that most likely happening. I will lead with Combusken. And he ends up leading with Claydol instead, which, that's fine. I'll bulk up as he probably goes for the rocks, and, let's Let's protect off. We'll see what he does. He goes for the toxic, and I don't like that. So let's just try to drill it with a flare blitz, and that only does half, which is unfortunate, and because that toxic is going to take me down pretty quick, actually. Yeah, we'll go for a sky uppercut just to avoid that minimal amount of extra recoil, because every hit point counts right now, and he goes into Rotom. I'm pretty much just going to Flare Blitz myself to death right here. He Volt switches out, which will give me switch initiative, actually, which is kind of cool. He goes into Suicune. Suicune. However you say it. I don't know. Kind of got used to Blame Truth saying Suicune, and that's just how I say it now. I have it. Fusion Bolt. Obvious Fusion Bolt is obvious. But it'll hit something pretty hard. He stays in, actually, goes for the Scald. And I can't 2-hit KO him, actually. Unless that was min damage. I'm tempted to run Calcs, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's just risk it, go for another Fusion Bolt, and it must have been somewhere along lower damage, because the next one KOs, which is quite pretty. He goes into Whimsicott. I will go into who is best equipped to deal with this troll of a Pokemon, Rotom, I guess. He goes for the seeds. I am going to trick my specs onto it, assuming it stays, and doesn't taunt. And he goes for the toxic, so he is now a choice spec Whimsicott, and he can fucking suck it, because I hate Whimsicott, because they're up there with Sableye in terms of annoyers, and I can't see him staying. Even if he does, the Pain Split will help. And he goes out into Umbreon, who's not going to enjoy the Pain Split. Doesn't do a terrible amount, though. I'll go into Flareon, see if I can wish off, pass a wish over to my Victini. We'll see what he does. Oh, wow. Okay, you ever call yourself dumb because you forget that they have rocks up? Forgot that they had rocks up, and that I didn't spin them away. So, I'll go into Shandy here. I think the Energy Ball will be my best bet right now. No, I'll go into Torkoal, try to hit it with a Willow, and cross my fingers from there. Because that'll make it do much less damage. And maybe I'll have a chance to Rapid Spin, too. You never know. Nope. He outspeeds me, KOs me with the Earthquake. Into Rotom, because it's the only thing that can avoid the EQ. And just go for an Overheat, I guess. Desperation type move. He didn't know I had Levitate, I assume. Because that didn't do anything, obviously. What item do I have now? What item did I get? Oh, I did get lefties. Oh, right there. Herp derp derp. I'll go into Flareon, see if I can heal Bell quick. He goes for the payback, not doing much. I will heal Bell that toxic away. He goes for the wish. I will go for the wish. We probably have extremely similar move sets, because I'm essentially copying that Umbreon set, and I should outspeed this thing, right? Rhyperior's pretty slow. I'll protect off. He does go for the Stone Edge. I'm just gonna go for a toxic. Stone Edge KOs. Surprise. Fire is a hard type. Everything's hard. Into Shandy. Cross my fingers that this Energy Ball does work on this thing. And it KOs. Oh, I guess that's not too surprising, actually. We'll see what he goes into here. He goes into Whimsitroll. I will substitute because he can only do one thing, and he picks Leech Seed, of course. I'll go for a Calm Mind. He goes back into Umbreon. I'll go for another Calm Mind. His payback takes out my sub. I'm +2 now. I should be able to at least put a dent in this thing with a flamethrower. It will power up his payback, but I'm on a timer anyway. And his payback does KO, and that's going to be game, essentially. T-Bolt, cross my fingers for the KO, does not. He goes for a wish. I'm outspeeding him. Okay. T-Bolt again, because he hasn't shown to protect yet, and he does protect, and pain split. I guess that I'll just try to be annoying, because if I get through this Umbreon, I might have a chance. Probably not. Not if I use Overheat. That's for sure. And I get a crit. Ooh, that helps. Go for T-Bolt here. That crit actually may have mattered quite a bit. Hopefully I can take this thing down before it protects back to the range. And he goes into Rotom. Which I guess is not too terribly surprising. I still don't want to overheat. T-Bolt again. He does go for the overheat and gets the Spec Attack drop, but it won't matter because it didn't go low enough to not KO me this turn. I'm assuming that he has more speed EVs and that wasn't a speed tie. Good game. Good game. Did that sound? I don't know. GG. Yeah, it did. Alright, so yeah, that was this whole video that is probably hours long by now. Obviously this team's not done. I just wanted to show you the beginning of the process. The testing, I try to win, but I'm not worried about it at all because I'm testing. So that is how I build my monotype teams. Fire is going to be hard to perfect, and I won't put up any more battles with it until I do get it working well, because that obviously was not working well. Maybe if I had gone into... I probably could have won that last one if I had gone into Chandelure and taken him out with the Energy Ball sooner. I don't know why I doubted that I could. I know that Rhyperior has minuscule special defense and hardly any speed. So I don't know why I was so worried about it. But anyway, unnecessary. Yeah, so thank you for watching if you did watch all the way through. You know, if there is a type that I haven't done yet that you would like to see, hit me up because I'm, I don't really, I'm eventually going to do all the types and I don't really care what order I do them in. So, yeah, just do that. And alright, thank you for watching. Keep coming back. I will keep putting up more. Have a nice night. Oh, wrong button.